Hi, my name's Roanne. Welcome to my channel, The Yorkshire Sew Girl. Today I am going to be talking about Frugal Frocks 2021. For anybody who hasn't watched any of my vlogs before, I'm in a different location today, so it might be a bit echoey because I'm in our back room. Because I am decorating my sewing room. So I've had to reconvene down here to do today's vlog. So if you see paint all over me, that's the reason why. I don't know about anybody else, but my appearance standards have decreased somewhat since the horrendous COVID has joined us on this planet. I.e. my nails are absolutely outrageous. I need to dye my hair. Yeah, I've got paint spatters all over me and I don't really care. One of them things. So yeah, apologies for if you see loads of stuff like that, but that's the reason why. So anyway, I digress. Frugal Frocks 2021. So I'm hoping that some of you guys may have seen some of the vlogs that have already been on before me. So Frugal Frocks 2021 is a fun challenge that myself and Sam from Frugalissima pulled together crazily a little while ago, that was meant to be just a collab between the two of us, and it's escalated since then, and now we've got 40 odd vloggers on board with us and we're opening it up to everybody to take part in this challenge, and it's turned into a lot of fun. So what are the rules for Frugal Frocks 2021? And I apologise if I'm going over old ground and you've seen all the other vlogs, but just in case people haven't, Frugal Frocks is a challenge that anybody can take part in, and there's a few rules surrounding it. Loose rules that we would love you to abide by to make it a challenge. And that, I think that's the key word in this, a challenge, because I found it a bit of a challenge, but a really good one. So rule number one, pick a free dress pattern. Okay, so what we're trying to do in this is encourage people to get on the internet and have a look at what is actually available. Now, my friend Sam over at Frugalissima is already a pro at this. So every Friday she does a Frugal Friday where she comes on and she tells you all about discounts, giveaways, but also what free patterns are available that have just come out or what she's just discovered. And to be honest, there's not many free patterns that I've used. So we came up with the idea of let's try and do something that's frugal, that won't cost people a lot of money, particularly with all of the lockdown situation going on here in the UK, etc. So yeah, we want you to go and have a look on the internet for free patterns, really. Now, there's a few different areas that you can go down. You can use free magazines from sewing magazines or, anything like that as well. But the main idea really was for you to start having a good look on the internet. And I think you'll have heard this expression a lot, maybe by now, if you are following the Frugal Frocks hashtag, is a rabbit hole. And my God, have I gone down a rabbit hole or 2 or 3,000. There is so much available for free. It's incredible. And I know it's definitely already taught me a lesson that maybe I won't just automatically go straight for the newest pattern or things like that. I mean, I already know as a sewist that I need to maybe think a little bit more strategically about what I want to make, but I am a bit like a magpie. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. So maybe later when I've got more me-mades in my wardrobe, I'll probably need to get a little bit more strategic in what I'm making. But I digress. I had to seriously stop myself from spending hours looking at the most amazing free patterns that are on the internet. Incredible. And really just concentrate on dresses, because what I was doing is I was going, oh, that top's really nice. Oh, I could, oh, look at those trousers. Oh my God, that's a jumpsuit. That's this, that's that. No, Roanne, stay focused, my dear. So I really had to concentrate on dresses. So when I've done this challenge, I'm going to delve back in and have a look at all the other patterns that are available. But I would definitely suggest going and having a good look on the internet, because there's just a wealth of stuff for free. Go for it, and you can print them out on your own printer if you've got a printer and stick them all together. And a lot of them do copy shop options as well, which is really good. And we do have a discount code if anybody wanted to use that for printing copy shop copies of your patterns. And that is with the lovely Philippa over at Fabricate in Mirfield, and I will pop some details down below. But you can use the discount code FF2021 and get yourself 20% discount off copy shop patterns as well. And you don't just have to print one, you can print several if you so wish, as long as it's just one use per customer. So I will be making use of that code for myself. Anyway, I'm digressing again. So yeah, rule number 1 is a dress pattern that it's free to you, so you're not spending any money. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is to use fabric from your stash. Now, I know some people may struggle with that if they don't have a lot of stash. Some people will have so much that it's actually really good for them to delve into their stash and pull out loads of options and fabrics that they bought a couple of years ago and then never really looked at again. So it's been really good in that respect, I think, for some people. For other people, it's a bit more difficult because they don't have such a big stash. But I think that's, again, where the challenge comes in, because it's trying to use what you've already got. So if I take myself as an example, I don't have a massive fabric stash. I would say it's definitely increased over the last 6 months with the whole lockdown thing. But I tend to buy my fabric with a garment in mind. And I don't normally make lots of dresses, if I'm honest. It's something that I've said before in my vlogs that I would really like to explore more. So my stash tends to be made up of smaller lengths of fabric. So again, this is where the challenge comes in, isn't it? Is to be frugal and try and work out how best you can use it. I mean, I've even seen people saying that they're going to refashion old clothes that they've got, maybe some clothes that are a bit oversized or they just don't wear anymore, which is a brilliant idea. We don't want, you know, fabric to go to landfill. So that would be an option. I've seen people say that they've got old duvet covers that they're going to use, which I think is ingenious. People that have got stuff from thrifted shops and charity shops in the past, they're going to cut some of that up and use it for their dress patterns. So yeah, there's some really ingenious ideas. And yeah, so step 3, make your dress. Okay, so you've chosen your free dress, you've chosen your fabric, and then you're going to make it up, hopefully in the month of March, or you can start now. What date am I doing this on? I can't even remember. There may only be 1 day left of this month anyway, so hey ho. Make your dress in March, and then on the 31st of March, we're all going to reveal what we've made over on Instagram. So yeah, so if you want to join in, you can do exactly the same. You can post a picture of your dress that you have made with all the details of it on the 31st of March over on Instagram, using the hashtag Frugal Frocks 2021. And if you make sure that you tag myself at the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Sam at Frugalissima into your post as well, we will then enter you into the possibility of winning some prizes. So yeah, so there's a load of prizes that we're going to be offering as well. And that will be open to UK and international, because some of the prizes that we've got are going to be okay for us to do on an international basis as well, which is really, really nice, because we've also got the vlog tour. So some of you may be already in the middle of this vlog tour and have just caught on to me, but I will put details up of the people that are involved in the vlog tour. But basically myself and Sam asked a load of sewing vloggers, would you like to be involved? And loads of people said yes, so there's over 40 of us. So Sam kicked it off on the 14th of February, and every day each vlogger is doing kind of an inspirational type of vlog on their thoughts of what patterns they might use, what fabric they may use. And it's been really interesting to watch the people so far. So some people have a very clear idea of what they want to make. Some people are thinking of potentially self-drafting dresses, which I think is really clever, where you don't actually need a pattern. So again, it's very frugal. We love a bit of frugal. So yes, there's a lot of people that are doing things like that. So I will put up a schedule of everybody that is doing it so that you can have a good look as well. And I think it's really good to kind of watch what these guys are doing, because they do a lot of the work for you. You know what I'm saying? So I've been really inspired already by some of the ones that have already been up on the vlogs. Some people are just so clever in what they've decided they're going to do, or on some of their ideas that they're going to do. I just think it's really, really good. And it's definitely inspired me, and it's kind of pushed me to other areas that I probably wouldn't have looked at, or different avenues that I wouldn't have looked at before as well. So yeah, it's really exciting. If you want to have a look at what the prizes are, head on over to myself and Sam's pages over on Instagram. We are revealing at the moment one a day, and today is the last day for revealing them all. So you should be able to go over there and see them all, and they are brilliant. So what started off as myself kind of just asking a few little companies if there's anything they would like to donate. Yeah, the response has been incredible. So we've got, I think, 15 companies involved in prizes. So there's a good opportunity to win or something, which is nice, isn't it? With everything that's going on at the moment, I believe. So yeah, I will put as much of the detail as I can do below for you. I'll insert some pictures here and there as well with some of the details. So if you're unsure of anything, head on over to Instagram and message me or Sam, and we'll be happy to help. But the idea is that we have some fun, and that we really challenge ourselves to start using some of our stash and not spending loads of money, which I must admit, I do a lot, particularly through lockdown, because there's nothing else that I'm spending my money on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get on now. I'm going to stop rambling on. I'm going to talk you through some of the options that I've got. So I think what will be quite nice is you'll see some sneaky peeks of what people are thinking about, and potentially over the month of March you might see the odd sneaky peek of things over on Instagram, but no proper reveals until the 31st of March. I've got a few different things that I'm considering, and I still haven't made my mind up, so it'll be just as much of a surprise to you guys as it is to me as to what I'm actually going to decide on. Now, in regards to free patterns, I'm not going to go into a huge amount of depth on this because there is so many options for going and finding free patterns, and a lot of the vloggers that have preceded me have already detailed a lot of that information. What I will do is I'll put as many links as I possibly can in my description box, so that you can go and have a good look yourself and flick back to the other vloggers if you haven't already seen them to gain some of that information. And we have, what I think is going to be good about this is we've also got people, vloggers that are involved, that are going to be targeting different areas. So for example, we've got Becca from Patterns and Pages, who is targeting the maternity side of things. We've got Tamlyn from On The Tyne that's coming up, I believe after mine, who will be looking more at breastfeeding type of garments that will allow her to be able to breastfeed her little boy. We also have people that are going to be looking at size inclusivity as well, because I do know from the research that I've done that a lot of patterns are, particularly free patterns, are on the smaller scale. So there are plenty of blogs and people over on Instagram that have done a lot of the hard work already for you by listing free patterns, what sizes they're available in, whether they're a size inclusive or not. And again, I will put the details in the description box below for you to go and have a good look at all of that. Okay, so Peppermint magazine, that's one of the first ones I'm going to talk to you about. So Peppermint magazine do have a lot of free patterns, and they're really good, so go and have a look at them. And they have a few dress patterns actually, but one I've been drawn to over and over again is the one that probably shocked me the most. And I love going over onto Instagram and having a look at the hashtag, you know, so you can see different people that have made items of clothing up. And that always gives me probably the best inspiration, particularly if I see a line drawing or the model that someone's used, and I'm kind of like, well, yeah, the dress is okay, you know, it's all right, but I don't know what it's going to look like on my body shape. If you go and have a look over on Instagram on the hashtag, it's brilliant because you can kind of see it on loads of different body shapes, and that's when you get an idea of, actually, yeah, that may work for me. So the one dress, and I've only picked one dress from Peppermint magazine, is the wide strap maxi dress. And I think a couple of vloggers may have already mentioned this already on the vlog tour. But it's in partnership with LB Textiles. Is it LB Textiles? Yes. And it's the wide strap maxi dress. And this is the image of it. Now on there, I don't know about anybody else, but it's not that inspiring. But when you see some of the photos of this dress, it's beautiful. And in my mind, I'm going to make a summer dress because I want to go on holiday this year if I'm allowed, and I'm used to going on holidays and I miss going on my holidays, and I want to make something that I can wear if I get to go away. So this dress has a size chart A to J. So apologies if I'm looking down a lot, but I want to make sure I get you all the right information. So that goes from a 30-inch bust, a 24-inch waist and a 33-inch hip to a 51.5-inch bust, a 45.5-inch waist and a 54.5-inch hip. When you look at the finished garment measurements, there is a lot of ease in this as well. So I do believe it would be okay if you were even larger than those measurements as well, because there's plenty of ease in it. And if you go and have a look at the hashtag, you'll understand why. It's drafted for a B cup and for a height of 5'7", so that gives you an indication of whether you need to lengthen it or not. Now, fabric options for myself. Like I said, I don't have a lot of large lengths of fabric, so I am dependent a lot on my So Hayley Jane box subscription fabrics that I've been getting, because you get 2.5 meters in each of those, so that's really good. But on the wide strap maxi dress, I do believe you need between 3 and 4 meters. Well, I'm thinking about shortening it anyway, so I'm hoping I won't need as much. I do have one fabric in mind for this one, and I got it from the Samantha Claridge Studios sale, and it is this linen mix. And it's in like a dark sage green, I would say, stripes with cream, and it's got a really nice, it feels very linen-y. Is that a word? Linen-y? It feels very much like linen, and it will have some structure to it, and I think this dress needs the structure. I did consider the potential of making it in a viscose, but I've decided against that, and if I'm going to make this one, it will be in this fabric. Now, this fabric is gorgeous and I absolutely love it. And I do believe that this was actually available in a So Hayley Jane box as well at some point, but that was before I started my subscription. And I think, because I think I've got 2 meters of this, that I could probably make this work for a shortened version of that dress. Okay, so that is one option for me, and I do love that option. And I think what I really like about the maxi dress is the square neckline. It's really flattering, and there is no fixings involved in it whatsoever. There's no zips or anything. There's a bit of elastic. Now I can cope with that. That'll do me. So that is one option for the Peppermint magazine wide strapped maxi dress. Now, the next one's a bit fancy actually for me. It's a bit fancy. And this is, people will know that you can get free patterns from sewing magazines all the time. And I used to have a subscription for Love Sewing. I don't anymore, but I do still have a look and see all of their newsletters that come through to me on email, etc. And this caught my eye. And this one, you can actually go onto the website, sign up, and you can download it for free, and with all the instructions as well. So some of the patterns on the Love Sewing magazine website, you can only download the pattern, not the instructions, and the instructions then come in the magazines. But there are a few on there where actually the instructions and the pattern are on there. So you can go and have a quick look. And this, I believe, is one that's got the free templates and the instructions. And that is the Ava sundress. So that's a picture of it there. And I think that is gorgeous. Really, really pretty. And that's been done in like a white and black polka dot fabric. Now I love kind of an almost halter neck top. I find that really flattering on my body shape. And I love the gathering around the bust and then a big panel along the bottom and a big billowy skirt. I just think it's beautiful. Now, the dress sizing on this goes from an extra small to an extra large, and it is, This one's in centimetres, guys, centimetres this time. 84 centimetres bust, 63.5 centimetres waist, 91 centimetres hips, to 114 centimetres bust, 94 centimetres waist, and 122 centimetres hips. And you need less than 2 metres of fabric for this, so that's good. If it's the wider fabric, slightly over if it's the shorter. You do need some other bits. You need some ribbon and a zip and things like that. So that's the only thing for me. I need to go and have a rummage through all of my notions and see if I would have a zip that would be appropriate. Scared of zips though, scared of zips. Try and avoid zips at all occasions. Don't know why. I've absolutely no doubt if I practice, I'll be absolutely fine at it. But yeah, I've got a paranoia about it. As soon as I see the word zip, I'm like, oh my God, no. And the reason, I think one of the reasons that I looked at this is because I had a fabric from So Hailey Jane that is so similar. And it's this crepe, if you can see. So this is cream crepe with navy spots on. So it's so like that picture. I think that's what it made me go towards it. The only thing is this is slightly see-through. So I would have to line it, and it's whether I've got some plain fabric to line, because I don't want to line it with the same fabric because you'll probably be able to see then the dots through from the other side, if that makes sense. But this is a really lovely swishy fabric, and I think it, obviously you can see it already made up in a fabric like that, so you know what it's going to look like, which is quite nice. So that is an option, but again I need to delve a bit more to see whether A, I'd have a zip, and B, whether I'd have some fabric that I could actually line it with. And because I don't have a huge fabric stash, that is debatable, so we shall see. So that's option number 2. Just dumping all these in. I'm going to have to fold them up afterwards. I'm going to regret all this, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay. Option number 3. Now, I saw this a while ago and I really liked it. And this is a self-drafted pattern. And it's by the Stitch Sisters. And it is the DIY Kaftan dress. Now, I love this. It is gorgeous. And if you go on to Stitch Sisters Instagram, you'll be able to have a good look at it, and you can see just from here there's 2 versions of it and they are lovely. So yeah, I just love it. I love it. And it looks like from the information it's going to be really easy to make. So the sizes for this pattern go from a size 6 to a size 22. The bust measurement is 30.5 inches, 25 inches waist, 34.5 inches hips, up to a 47-inch bust, 43-inch waist and 51-inch hip. But as it's a kaftan dress and it wraps round, I think there would be movement on that one as well, to be honest. So yeah, I love this. Again, I don't know if I might do a shorter version of it, unsure. Now, this could be made in loads of different fabrics. And I'm kind of wondering whether a looser fabric would work for this or not, and that is my debate. That is my debate with myself right now, is would this work with a viscose? Because I've got some nice viscose that I could use. So, my options. I have a few options actually. Oh, in fact, I do have one that's more structured, but I will show you it. And there is a but surrounding this. It's a cotton, which I think would work quite well. It's a nice thin cotton, and it was from one of my So Hailey Jane boxes. And when I got it, I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that fabric. It's really not me. So it's kind of sat in my stash waiting for a moment. But I need your advice, people. This is it. And it's just covered in pineapples. Loads of pineapples, everybody. But I thought this would actually look quite nice in that kaftan dress. Because of the structure of the fabric. It's not too thick, so it's not like the linen mix one. It's just a nice weight cotton and it feels lovely. But people, am I going to look like a big pineapple in it? And I'm trying to make sure that what I make, I will wear all the time. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not too sure about that. I don't know. Although I think the type of fabric would work really well. Does that make sense? The other options I've got are another So Hailey Jane one, which is this beautiful viscose in a coral colour with creamy white flowers all over it. And now I do love this, and I was going to make this into my Sotis dress, but it just feels so beautiful. I'm just wondering whether it would work on that Kaftan dress. I need people's opinions, please, ladies. What do we think? Do we think that would work, or do we think it would be too loose as a Kaftan dress? I don't know. All I can think about is wearing this on an evening, out for a meal outside on holiday, sipping a pina colada, having food made for me by somebody else, so I don't have to do it anymore. So that's an option as well. And this one. Another So Hailey Jane one, again in a viscose, which was this one, which was in a recent box in a blue colourway. And I really like this as well. And I'm thinking, you know, this with some gold flip-flops on an evening. Oh, I just love it. Kaftan dress. Too floppy, not structured enough, or will it just make it look really nice and loose for holiday? Don't know. What do you think, guys? Again, another option. Again, because of my height, because I'm 5'9", giant-like, 2.5 meters, don't know if it would create a long enough Kaftan dress to be down to my ankles, but I'm quite open to shortening it. Not the end of the world, is it? Particularly if you're going on holiday. So yeah, that's an option as well. People, tell me what you think. Right, that was option number 3. And then I've got a couple of options from, don't look at me weird, a Russian website. So I was having a look at some Russian websites, and a lot of them you have to use Google Translate to use them and understand what the hell's going on when you go onto the web pages. However, there's a company called Grasser, and they have one website that's already translated into English. Now you can tell it's translated, it's a little bit broken here and there, but it's really, really good. And they have a lot of free patterns, and they had quite a few dress patterns that I liked the look of. And they're free, so why not? And this is number 1. So this is their line drawing here. So I'll show you the other picture, gives you a better idea maybe. This is it here. And I will try and insert pictures if I can as well. So it's kind of like a pinafore dress wrapped over with double-breasted buttons, which I really like the look of, and a belt. How nice does that look with a split up the front there? So obviously this lady's got it open as well, and then you can shut it, and it's got a nice, you see that square neckline's coming back in, isn't it? I love the idea of this. Now I've downloaded the instructions and everything, and they're really good, really clear, great pictures. So yeah, get yourself over and have a look. I will put the link below. But there was a few dresses on there that I really like the look of. And this one, I was thinking would be lovely, even, you know, maybe for work in the summer when it's really warm as well, because it's a bit smart looking. But you could also dress it up for an evening as well, going out for a nice meal. How many times can I say that? Can you tell I really want to go out for a meal? That's all I want in life, to go out for a meal, please. So yeah, so that's an option. And the fabric I thought for this, because I think it would need a more structured fabric, was the first one that I showed you, which was the stripes. And I thought that could work really well, because obviously on this image, she's got a pinstripe dress on. So not quite as obvious as this. But if I show you it up, I don't even know if you can see that because of the light, but it is slightly pinstriped. So I was thinking this could actually work quite nice for that, with some nice big buttons down the front. I just need to have a look to see if I've got the buttons that would look right with it. But I absolutely love that. And particularly with the belt round the middle to cinch it all in, I think it's a really nice, classy look. And the other thing that I liked about this is it looks like on the back, it has got a seam line down the middle. And I was thinking, people will probably be screaming at me now, really good dressmakers and things like that. With this fabric, I thought it would look quite good if down the seam I did one piece of fabric this way, and then the other side that way, just for a little bit of something different. I liked that idea. Again, not sure, but I think I'm a little bit in love with this fabric. So yeah, this could be for a couple of different projects, couldn't it? Let me know what you think. And then another pattern from Grasser. So this is my last one. I mean, I could have gone on for forever. It was ridiculous, the amount I had on my list, and I had to try and shorten it down to 5. But this is a really, really simple summer dress. And that's it there. It's just called sundress. Yeah, and you can see there, look, difficulty level 1. We love stuff like that, don't we? And it reminds me a lot of the True Bias, is it True Bias Ogden Cami? Is it True Bias the Ogden Cami? Anyway, I've got it somewhere. I love the Ogden Cami. But I haven't perfected the fit on my bust just yet. And I've lost weight, so I need to, that's going to be one of my projects for the summer, is to try and have a good look at the fit on the Ogden Cami. But if you want to be lazy and you didn't want to have to make that into a dress, this is kind of doing the job for you. So this is a picture of it. Now they're using really structured fabric. It's got a couple of bust darts, and it's also got a split at the side as well, at the hemline, which I quite like. And do you know what I like about Grasser? Is they have quite a wide size range, and I'll read you it out because I had to convert it on. So the smallest size is 30.5 inch bust, 21.5 inch waist, 33 inch hip, up to a 44 inch bust, 37 inch waist and a 47 inch hip, but they do different heights. So what you do is you download your actual size and for your height as well. So they do one that's between 5'2" and 5'4.5", 5'4.5" and 5'7", 5'7" and 5'9.3", that's me, and 5'9.3" to 5'11.5", which I think is really good. So you download your size and your height and work with that. Thank you very much. So I know it's a simple one, but I thought I would get a lot of use out of this for the summer. But instead of using a structured fabric, I really fancied using a light type of fabric, and these are my options. I have this lovely crepe that I got from Lucky Fashion in Dewsbury, and it's this gorgeous coral colour with like little irregular spots all over. And I think this is beautiful, and I think it was like £3 or £4 a metre. It was next to nothing. But I'm thinking a few of those dresses for the summer just to throw on, you know, when it's red hot. Oh my God, would look gorgeous in that. But yeah, it's whether the hem would work with a floaty fabric, you know, having that split hem, but I suppose you could just get rid of that, couldn't you? So that's an option for that one. And the last fabric that's an option is this one. And this is one that I got from Textile Brothers on Facebook. And I loves it. So it's navy with polka dots, and it's got huge pink and orange flowers all over it, and I love this. And I think because it's got quite a big floral pattern on it, I don't really want to break it up, so this dress would be perfect for that, I believe. Let me know what you think. Do you think a loose fabric like a viscose, because that's what this one is, would work well with that pattern or not? Let me know. Let me know. So yeah, so they're my options. So all of my fabrics don't go higher than 2.5 metres. Some of them are 2 metres. But what someone else said as well is, well, if you haven't got enough fabric, have you thought about blocking 2 different types of fabric together? And I thought that was quite clever as well. Like that idea. So I've seen a few people kind of talking about potentially doing that, which I think is clever. I'm well aware that I am rabbiting on, and my vlog is getting quite long now, and if everybody's watching one every day, they are going to be going crazy now. But I'd just like to say, I hope you all get involved, because I think it's going to be great. Myself and Sam are probably bitten off more than we can chew. When it comes to all the reveal on the 31st of March, we'll be like, oh my God. And I hope that's the case, because I just think it'd be really nice. We've had a lot of people saying they're going to get involved, so fingers crossed. On a little side note though, I'm quite feeling myself today. Do you know why? Do you know why? Does anybody else, I need to just do this as a poll, I'm sorry, this is right at the end, but I just need to know. Does anybody else have a silent game with the people that they live with? And when I mean silent game, it's one that they don't even know that they've entered into. Now, one of the ones in my house is who can resist getting the new toothpaste out for the longest period of time. And that means who can actually squeeze the smallest amount out of the toothpaste tube every morning without getting the new one that's in the drawer out. Guess who won that one this morning? Oh yeah, I went to clean my teeth and the new one was out. Oh yeah, I did it, guys. First time I've ever done it, and I've been married 10 years this year and I won. So I'm in a good mood for the rest of the day now. Anyway, I knew you'd need to know that absolutely useless piece of information. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get some jogging pants on and I'm going to go and decorate the rest of my sewing room. Ooh, ooh. It does mean though that I'm not sewing an awful lot at the moment, unfortunately. But I'm going to go do that now and hopefully get everything done over the weekend so that I can start making stuff again, because I really cannot run this challenge, can I? And then not actually produce a frock, a frugal frock. That would just be wrong, wouldn't it? Be absolutely wrong. I would just be cast out of YouTube and Instagram, be gone. So that's what I'm going to go and do. Please have a go, guys. And if you don't, I hope you're just enjoying seeing what everybody else is coming up with, because it is really good fun. And I hope it is opening your eyes to the world of free patterns. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. I hope everybody's doing really well and happy sewing, and hopefully see your reveal on the 31st of March. Take care, everybody. Bye.